Good morning, Wild New England. Matt here again, and with me I got our 14-foot skiff that I was talking about, which I am currently on the front of. And then we have Nate back there. Nate, say hi. And yeah, we are on our way out to the tog grounds to hopefully smack some good fish. In back of us we have a buddy of mine on his aluminum, Jay. He'll also be out there with us today. You know, pretty simple setup for my skiff back here. You know, up front, real basic. I got a nice middle seat too, which also double acts as a cooler. Secret weapon today, right here. Oh yeah. And then for bait, we'll be using some green crabs. We're pretty picky, Nate and I, with our crabs, so these are all greens, but we divide them into yellows, green, blues, and then you got what we both love, which are these gorgeous cherries. Alright, and then as a bonus, Jay brought a bunch of fiddler crabs and some Asians as well. So yeah, should smack them up. What a absolutely gorgeous morning. Absolutely gorgeous. We will see you guys out there. There you go. There you go. Yep, just keep them up. That's it. You got them. Good stuff. Hey, right to Papa. Beautiful. Nice. It's a keeper.
Another fluky.
Yep. Hey, keeper's keeper. Tsunami, baby. A fluke.
Barely,
a fluke tsunami.
Like a barrel.
Hey, Nate. A keeper is a keeper. There's the tape.
That'll do.
Just toss it back when you're done. That will do. 17 and a half. That's an inch and a half right in the money, so.
Let's see. Oh yeah, no. Nothing in the bucky.
Nope.
Tape on seat.
Thank you.
Behind seat.
Oh yeah. Nate.
Coming.
He's on the rocks. Oh, he's got me. This is a good fish.
Alright. Well, let me know when you need me to.
Is there any way you can pop line?
1 second.
She buried herself, dude. I don't think I'm
You
getting.
want me to pop? We could go right into the pop.
No, just keep letting slack go.
Let it just put the glasses in.
I should have stayed on her.
5 feet out. Close to these Rockies.
Yeah, post back in. You know, should we try popping for this fish?
Yeah.
Nah, not right now. Oh, that stinks. I got her.
You got it?
Yep, I got her out.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna hook up. That's a fish. Good thing we didn't pop. That's trophy too.
Trophy.
Male. Nice.
Am I grabbing the net off to the side? Beautiful. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna want this.
He's probably just a 6 or a 7. I want to say.
This is a spot we're looking at, so don't be up and not up good. Yeah, there's no way we were on this long.
He's 20 and a half.
Nice.
I should probably keep this one then.
Now we have last minute. Nice.
Wow, he's a big boy.
What a fight.
What a fight. That's why I almost don't wanna. Look at his head.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in there pretty good.
You know, he gave such a good fight.
But he's a male though. That's the hard part.
Oh, I know. But I don't need to keep any 20 inchers. He's just beautiful. Alright, so can you take some pictures on your phone of me? Oh, you know what? I'm good, bud. I'm good. I feel good about that. Hi there, Matt with Wild New England. Welcome back to the channel. So, the tog trip went pretty well overall. We didn't get the report up as fast as we had liked. Ended up being a 12-hour trip, so we ended up getting back and being pretty tuckered out. So I decided to post the video today, just giving me a little more edit time. It's 4 p.m. on the 21st, the following day. We also kept the fish on ice overnight and did all the filleting in the morning as well. Just because of our setup, we're able to do it that way, and we make sure we gut and clean the fish properly prior to putting them on ice, and we bleed them as well. But to get into the trip, yeah, as you can see, we did pretty well. Video footage overall wasn't the best. Something that's going to be new for me, and something I'll be working on for you guys as we go through and age with this process. We're definitely going to always try to get better and be better. But I noticed a lot of flaws in how I have my setup. I'm definitely going to add another camera to the mix so we have stationary footage versus the on-person footage, as well as adjusting my angles with the on-person footage. But nevertheless, I did the best I could for you guys. We got on some good fish. Overall, the bite was very sensitive, very light, hard to pick up, so anyone that hasn't fished for tautog before would have had an extremely difficult time. With that being said, the fish were there. They were there all day. There was a bite all day. We chummed them pretty good, and every time it seemed we did our chum weapon, we would drum up a pretty aggressive bite, and then every time that chum kind of fizzled out, we would get a much more sensitive bite again. So with that all being said, double thumbs up on the trip. Didn't get the double digit that I expected or really wanted to get for you guys on film, and I didn't even get to record. I missed the largest fish of the trip, which was a 7-pound female, 21 3/4 inches, and we let her go. As you heard in the video, we say trophy. Trophy isn't a personal best or a trophy fish to us. Realistically, it's just the trophy limit the state is set, which is you can only keep one fish of trophy size, which is 21 inches or greater, and you're allowed to keep 5 fish per person right now this time of year, and within that 5 fish, 1 21 inch or greater. But me personally, I don't keep any tautog over 21 inches or in that class, or ever would think to. I really target 16 and a halves to 19 inch, 20 inch fish is really where it's at. Pretty easy to limit out, especially when you're fishing in a spot like that for as long as we did. I was able to get my 5, which I was very happy about. Few for the freezer, one for my mom, one for my dad, so which is nice to be able to feed the family with some good eats. But yeah, overall the jigs were the best. Rigs, again, the bite was very sensitive, so very scratchy, so the rigs were really not the way to go. It was really hard to get on a consistent feel with the rigs without you just getting stripped apart every time, and they kind of were staying away from them as well. It was an interesting bite, but it was really calm conditions, so we were able to go really small with the jigs and light with the tackle, which really helped us establish the feel for that type of bite, and gave us the success that we had. Overall, we probably caught, I want to say, 12 to 13 keepers, keeping a total of 9 and releasing the remaining 3 or 4. Probably like 30 to 50 a piece, smaller size underslot fish as well, and not a lot of bycatch, no sea bass like I really wanted to get on with the teaser hook. I was anticipating some type of bite, but no sea bass to be found in the spot we were at. So we were fishing generally 30 to 45, 50 feet of water. There's a couple bowls in the area we were at, depending on where you are, but set up over there. Yeah, this light green 1 ounce tsunami jig, Nate was using pretty much the whole trip once he figured out how the bite was, and this did well for him. And I was using, I just really had a hard time. I did lose a really nice smaller jig. I got to test out a newer jig. I don't even know the name of it. Somebody made it locally, but it was red hot until I lost it, and then it wasn't so good. But the jig I just didn't take off once I put it on was the backwater, 1.5 ounces. This thing absolutely, I mean, you can see my leader line. This thing just took a whomping. And because I went, and the bite was so scratchy, I went with the Stratic 5000 in my slim wave, which just really helped that feel on that bite. Man, I was smoking them. But what really helps when I use a light setup like this is I go big on the leader still. I was using 50-pound leader, cigar, you know, really doesn't matter, you know, what your personal preference is, but 50-pound leader. And I always put on like 6 to 8 feet minimum in that spot, just because there's some deep rock boulders and ledges that you know, once you hook onto a fish, as you'll see in the video, they'll just bury you, you know. And they love to dive deep, and as they feel pressure or trouble, they just bury themselves further into the rock pylons or structure, whatever they have access to. So I did use as well the Tika Rec series in my Penn squall rod, but and I did use a smaller jig as well, but the feel on the slim wave and how the bite was, I ended up sticking with that setup and pretty much not rotating off of it. And I was able to really test that rod and put it on some good fish in some really troubling situations, as you saw, and it handled really well. You know, I'm not an easy person on my gear, so anything that really survives me, I give a lot of credit to. I'm trying to get better as I age with that, but you know, you do the best you can. And yeah, other than that, that fish, man, when I hook into that fish and it takes me down, it instantly, for whatever reason, my drag was set way too tight. It's definitely something you have to be on with this fishery, and because I've been buried so many times, I'm in a bad habit of cranking my drag all the way down, and that thing just took me, and you could see, just dipped my rod tip down, and I tried to muscle him up, but again, I knew what I was working with gear, and I was afraid my braid was over on a rock, and over there's a big ledge drop off. So sometimes if you pop the drag, you can pop your bail open. That fish will swim out if you give it enough time and it doesn't feel troubled or in danger. And you know, I'd say everybody has their way or touch or say in what you would do to get out of that situation. I can't say I did it wrong just because I ended up getting the fish in the end. But there are a lot of other, you know, ways I could have went around or about that. You know, if I initially tried to just put that full pressure on that rod and it was already making some sounds initially, just to not let that fish take that dive, should I have reached for the drag to just let it take a little bit more slack so I didn't put as much pressure on it? You know, or should I have just ripped that baby up to the top? Ended up being a 6-pound male. So, you know, not the biggest fish, but definitely a blast fish, and something to catch on that size setup. Just incredible, and glad I got to catch that on video. And it goes to show you too, it's a good learning lesson with blackfish. They live in the rocks, they live in the structure, so whenever they feel trouble, that's where they go to. So the name of the game is, when you get that hit, to get them up. You know, and I always start with my rod tip low, and I try to immediately, that first swing up is your first initial 4 feet to get them, your cheat. I say it as a cheat, because that initial up, and then you're down and cranking, and then you're trying to get that another 4 feet they're bulldogs. You know, these small fish pack such a punch. So if you're not on top of them, they just go straight down and bury you. It's not a swim straight out fish. It's very rare you get that, but it does happen. Once they know they're hooked, they go straight down. But yeah, it ended up working out. So we got some great keepers, great meat. Like I said, we try to be as selective as we can with keeping the fish. We try to be as sustainable as possible. We end up using the carcasses as fertilizer, all the bits and tips, pieces for feed for other animals we have, and we obviously use the fillets to feed ourselves and our family members and friends. So it's a pretty beautiful thing that we're able to do. Go out in New England, get our saltwater license, which is extremely affordable, and Rhode Island, in the state of Rhode Island, and go out and enjoy the Narragansett Bay, and take home some treasures with you and enjoy them on the table. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and keep watching and enjoying what we have to offer. Thanks. Enjoy.